the fact that I pulled the card that actually like represents a hidden truth is insane. This is why I love tarot. Hey, welcome to my channel. This video is all about using tarot cards to help shape the plot of your novel. I am writing a dark fantasy novel. If you are curious about the elements of a dark fantasy novel, be sure to check this video out. In addition to keeping those elements in mind about what is expected from a dark fantasy novel, about the elements that are required in a dark fantasy novel, I also use tarot cards to help me shape the plot or give me ideas for my novel. I had the general idea in mind, but I wanted to pull some cards to get some clarity and help me brainstorm, help me get some ideas. So using tarot to help shape the plot of my novel is a very intuitive method, and it can be really inspiring. It can just kind of get the juices flowing. I used cards for each of my characters, so each character is represented by a card, and this is kind of the energy that they embody. You can use tarot cards to help you with themes, story structure, and as I mentioned, characters, or whatever else you feel drawn to using the cards for. So the very first thing, you need to know kind of the core elements of your story, of your novel. Before you pull cards, I would recommend knowing the tone or kind of the genre of what you want to write. So for this example, my genre is dark fantasy. You also need to know the theme, which your genre really helps you know what theme to include, and have an idea of your protagonist and your antagonist. Have an idea of your characters, who they are, what they desire, their struggles. You can of course use cards to help you develop your characters more, to know their struggles, to know who they are and what they want. But have a general idea already and use cards to add more depth or another layer. So when we use cards for plot development, consider the acts of a story and story structure. So there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. The beginning is our setup, the middle is our conflict and growth, and the end is the climax and the resolution. So there are 3 cards right there that you can pull. One for the beginning, the middle, and the end. And you can break that down even more to pull 2 cards for the middle or 2 cards for the end. One for growth, one for conflict, one for climax, one for resolution. Whatever you feel like doing, but I would recommend at least 3, and you could go into 5. So let's do an example. I'm using the Dragon Companions Tarot deck. If you're interested in more about this deck, the information will be in the description below. But these cards are not going to be for the story that I'm writing, but just like an example of how I would do this. So let's do 3 cards for beginning, middle, and end. So our first card is the Star. So you can look up descriptions for the card. Most decks come with a guidebook that you can read. For this Dragon Companions Tarot deck, the affirmation for the Star is, I trust in myself and believe that I can achieve success. So in the beginning, my character is going to have so much confidence. My character is going to believe that whatever they do always works out for them. So they're a really confident, maybe they're overly confident. And then the action step in the guidebook for this deck is, it is time to fully trust and believe in you. Stay calm and have faith that you will achieve your desires. When you're acting in alignment and flow, success is inevitable. Use introspection to recognize all that you have to offer. Be proud of who you are, your accomplishments, and your strength. Share your talents and gifts with the world. You are protected and safe to take your place in the limelight. What is divinely right for you will always be yours. So in the beginning of our novel, we have the inciting incident. So I'm going to make that relatable to this card, the Star. So my character is going to do something that puts themselves in the limelight. I haven't developed my character because this is just an example, but whatever I feel that my character maybe wants to be, since this is the limelight, they want to be a famous actress. So my character is going to go on an audition, and they're going to be super confident, and something at this audition is going to happen that's going to set them in kind of chaos. That's going to really turn their perspective around. That's going to propel the plot of my story. So that's our first card. And now we've got the beginning of our novel. The second card is the Six of Cups. So this is for the middle of our novel. Again, I'm just going to read what the guidebook has for this card. The Six of Cups, the affirmation is, I acknowledge my playfulness and innocence. So there's a lot more in the guidebook than what I've just been reading and what I read for the previous card. So you can really get in depth in these cards. You can find a lot. So for the middle of my book and for the Six of Cups, we have this actress who just wants to be in the limelight, wants to shine bright and have all the attention on them. They go into an audition and something happens, and this is now the conflict, what they have to figure out. So this card is about innocence, and it's about being playful. It has very childhood, inner child energy. So my character is going to have some inner child work. Something happened to them when they were younger in their childhood, and this is now something that they've pushed down, ignored, and it's now coming up. This card says, when we are young, we innocently play and have fun without fears, self-doubt, illusions that we develop as we get older. Take time to enjoy feeling playful and express your inner child. When you are playful and spontaneous, you are able to connect to your authentic self. Approach all relationships with love, harmony, and cooperation. If you feel that you don't have enough time to relax and have fun, readjust your thinking and make time to have fun. We are more productive when we approach tasks from a better frame of mind. So my character is really going to have to deal with some trauma that they experienced when they were younger. And something at this audition that they went to is triggering that trauma. And my final card is the Knight of Pentacles. This card is about money. So money's going to come into play in the resolution. The affirmation for this card is, I am dedicated. I consistently work towards what is important to me. So after everything that happens, they're going to be dedicated to their goal of being in the limelight, of being famous, of being in the spotlight, of having this role that they want to have, this career in Hollywood that they want to have. So of course that is really bare. There's hardly any detail there, but there is some structure. There's a little bit that I can work with, and I'd want to turn this into a dark fantasy, which this doesn't sound like a dark fantasy at all. So you have to add elements of magic or whatever else in there. So let's keep going. So there are different ways I can pull cards to help me get that dark fantasy aspect. I can take the elements or the themes that dark fantasy novels typically have and pull a card for them. I can pull a card for subplots or for twists, for hidden truth. So I'm going to try, I like that one. I'm going to pull a card for a hidden truth in the story. The Seven of Swords. And this card is perfect for that because it's all about deception. It's all about hiding something, trying to get away with something. So my character is going to have something, a secret that they are trying to hide, which is exactly a hidden truth. The fact that I pulled the card that actually represents a hidden truth is insane. This is why I love tarot. So the Seven of Swords is going to make sure that I include in my story a secret. The affirmation for that card in the guidebook, once I find it, is, I have clarity and I know the truth. Take time to center yourself so that you can reassess and realign. Do you have clarity on the issue? Do you know the true motivation behind the actions that you make? Follow your intuition and any hunches that you may receive. What are you hiding from or avoiding? What truth are you running from? So I'm going to have my character really desperately trying to hide something from another character. And this is going to be an underlining theme. Maybe, so they want to be in the spotlight, so maybe they're hiding the fact that they have this trauma that they received from their childhood, and we're going to make it a dark fantasy. So this trauma is going to have given them some sort of power or some sort of magic ability, and they've really been pushing down that part of themselves. And at their audition, this special power came out, and maybe they really hurt someone. Since this is dark fantasy, I'm going to make it that they killed someone, that they injured someone. Something really bad happened at this audition, and it's because they don't have control of their power because they've been pushing it down. And this trauma, this accident or this event that they went through in their childhood that helped them develop this power, maybe they got that they've been ignoring they're finding it really hard to hide. So now I have a lot more to work with in my story just by pulling that one more card. I have a secret power. I have more insight into the trauma from their childhood. I have more about what happened at that incident at their audition. So dark fantasy typically has tragedy, corruption, or something about power. There's usually forbidden knowledge, curses, so I like how this is kind of maybe turning into a curse. Somehow this character has been cursed and they finally need to deal with this curse. And there's something really dark about this curse, and maybe other forces are coming after them. So see how things just start rolling when I had absolutely no idea what this story was going to be about, and now I'm getting more and more ideas and I'm not even pulling cards. So there are so many ways you can work with tarot to shape the plot of your novel, to help you create depth to a character. And you don't fully need to have an understanding of the cards. Just look up the descriptions for each card or read the guidebook that came with your deck. I'll leave some more tarot spreads or some ideas for shaping your novel in the description below, so be sure to check that out. And please like and subscribe for similar videos and to come along with me on my journey of writing my novel. Check out my other videos and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm willing to do anything to provide my dogs and cats the best life possible, full of love, joy, harmony. I believe my animals are worth it. I remember wanting to provide the best quality of life and becoming overwhelmed with diets, products, training tips, and everything else. Feeling frustrated, helpless, overwhelmed during challenging behaviors, to now living a peaceful, trusting partnership with my dogs and cats. I tried to understand what my animals needed, which was impossible without understanding their emotions and energy. I am now using these tools and practices to transform relationships with dogs and cats into ones that are synergetic, where we work together and listen to each other. I honestly believe that dogs and cats are here to help us be better human beings. Are you ready to take your relationship with your animal to the next level? Form a bond built on mutual love, trust, understanding, and respect. Invest in your pet's peace, happiness, and quality of life. Enroll in Synergy, heartfelt alliances between witches and their familiars. A guide for witchy dog and cat guardians. Merge with your animal's energy and collaborate to manifest your desires while increasing the well-being of both you and your animal. Pets are more than just animals. They are spiritual beings with unique personalities and energies. Do you love your dog and want to live in harmony with your dog while understanding their needs and emotions? Instead of feeling frustrated or overwhelmed by your dog's behavior, improve your relationship with your dog and help them heal from any physical, mental, or emotional issues. I offer a unique combination of positive reinforcement training methods with energy healing techniques, animal communication, and tarot. Receive a personalized action plan created by a certified dog trainer and animal communicator. This package is perfect for anyone who wants to enhance and enchant their life with their dog. Don't miss this opportunity to get this amazing package. Apply now and get ready to create a magical relationship with your dog.